And ladies and gentlemen, and everyone who is online, who is virtually celebrating Canada Day with us, at this time, we ask that you all please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Let's talk about Canada Day tomorrow, July 1st. On Canada Day, we celebrate our country, Canada, with many of our clients, our partners, our stakeholders who have chosen to call this country home. Comparatively, Canada may be a small country among many, but our impact is significant on the global scale. I've been fortunate to travel, as Suket has said, all over the world. And I've always been proud when asked, where are you from? And I say, I am from Canada. I am a Canadian. Why? It's because of what we represent. We may occupy a vast land covering 3 separate oceans, but our values are closely held. We value the rights of every individual, regardless of color, culture, religion, and socioeconomic status. We value the opportunity for every person to have meaningful purpose in their lives. We value the fulfillment of one's destiny to become more than they ever thought possible. We value the protection and the support of the weak, the disabled, the impoverished, the bullied, the forgotten. We value our children, who are our future and our next generation of leaders. We value the need for creativity and innovation to explore and to discover, to solve the impossible. We value the environment, our natural resources, our vast geography, the need for sustainability. We value the freedom to express our opinions, our fears, our hopes, our dreams, and our differences. Welcome to our Canada. It's not mine, it's not yours, it's ours. It's our Canada. Let's promise to make it a place where dreams become reality, where the future becomes the present, where indifference is not to be found, where respect for human life is the norm, where our greatest potential is yet to be realized. Let's be that light that the world needs now to overcome the darkness that has settled in upon us. So thank you for the opportunity, for allowing me to speak to you today. And I do hope Canada Day is a strong reminder of what a sacred and precious resource we have been trusted with. This resource, this great country called Canada. I hope today and tomorrow, Canada Day, is virtually your absolute best day. Thank you and enjoy.
Everyone, please join me in welcoming Mayor Brown.
I'll turn my mute off. Thank you for this opportunity to bring Canada Day greetings. And let me say on behalf of the city of Brampton, I know this year is unusual that we can't gather together. Normally we have a giant Canada Day celebration at Shinkuzi Park in Brampton where there's 50, 60, 70,000 individuals celebrating. But this year we have to do it virtually, and I commend this group for looking at a way to bring people together despite the challenges we have with maintaining physical distance. But Canada Day is always an opportunity to celebrate the fact we live in the greatest country in the world. Then it gives you an opportunity to pay tribute to what makes Canada such an amazing country, this vibrant, dynamic democracy. And you look at Canada, and sometimes things that you take for granted, free and fair elections, universal healthcare, universal education. You know, you go to many parts of the world, and the basic notion of universal healthcare is a dream, not a standard of living. And the fact that every young person in Canada has access to education speaks to the quality of our social infrastructure in this country. And I always say Canada is the type of country where it doesn't matter where you're born, doesn't matter what job you have, doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter who you love, doesn't matter what God you worship. If you have drive and determination, you can succeed in this country. And that's just a wonderful environment to live in. And we're always striving to make Canada even greater. And the more you learn about Canada, the more you fall in love with it. And one of the real joys for me being in public service, and I was in the House of Commons for 9 years, and we did committee meetings around the country. I remember doing a committee meeting in Nunavut, in the north, and the more you see of Canada, the more you discover of Canada, the more beautiful this country is. And it really is an incredible place to live, an example of harmony and working together. And so on Canada Day, I say it's a great time not to be typically Canadian. And, you know, normally we are very polite, and we're not, we don't brag about our country. I think it's the Canadian way almost to be understated, but Canada Day is a great day to celebrate together, recognize that we live in the greatest place in the world, and be proud how lucky we are to live in a country that provides so many opportunities to so many people. So I hope you have a great virtual gathering today. I know Urs here from my office is on this call. Looking forward to hearing all the speakers. I'm going to be going to a virtual commencement because that's what we're doing right now for all these graduations. We're doing some virtual celebrations. But thank you for the invitation to join you this afternoon, and happy Canada Day. And I should note in Brampton tomorrow, although we can't have our typical celebrations, we're going to be having, we have a Santa Claus float that we use every year for the Santa Claus parade. We've converted it so that it's going to be driving around the city with different musical celebrations. So even though we can't have a concert, we're bringing the music to you. So we're going to have this float going around the city, visiting different parks, visiting different neighborhoods, playing music, and handing out some desserts from local restaurants. So where there's a will, there's a way, and we're finding a way to celebrate in a safe manner in the city of Brampton. Happy Canada Day.
I want to be the first one to welcome many of you who are celebrating your first Canada Day to this great country that we're all so very proud to call our home. Our great country has been built and enriched by generations of immigrants like you and like my family as well. We come from Poland and their families. Many of us came in search for a better life, not necessarily for ourselves, but for our children. A place where everybody can prosper and a place where everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed. Here in Mississauga, our residents hail from over 200 different countries and speak 150 different languages. And we like to say that diversity is our strength, but we not only embrace it, we celebrate it, especially on Canada Day. What makes us Canadian is our commitment to our shared values like openness, inclusivity, equity, justice, safety, sustainability, and of course, fairness. And our Canadian flag is a symbol of unity and peace and tolerance throughout the world. So I like to fly my flag when I travel. It makes me very proud. It's a great source of pride and a symbol of our freedom and our commitment to democracy. I'll be the first to admit that celebrations are going to look a lot different this year. I'm used to attending dozens of Canada Day events right across the city. So rest assured, we will get through this pandemic together, and we'll do it coming out stronger than ever before. Although we remain apart this year, we remain united as a city and as a country. It's more important than ever to remember what it means to be Canadian. To be Canadian isn't to be perfect. We fall down from time to time, but we rise and we support each other every single time. And Mississaugans too, we rise and shine. It's not a matter of if, but when. Brighter days are ahead for us. That I know. So I want to thank everybody for joining me for your Canada Day festivities, and thank everyone at TCET for everything you do for our residents, and invite you, for those of you from Mississauga, to join. We're celebrating online. It's a virtual Canada Day tomorrow for us. You can go on goodmorningsaga.ca and be part of the celebrations. We have a wide variety of hosts, performers, athletes with deep roots to our city that will be leading the party, from NBA star and homegrown hero RJ Barrett to ET Canada's Sangeeta Patel, Global News' Farah Nasser, with performances from Johnny Orlando, Fido Blanco, Mia Martina, and virtual activities for kids, contests, and so much more. Even all the counselors will be participating as well. So we'll start streaming on goodmorningsaga.ca at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and I encourage you all to join us. I know I'll be tuning in too. So thank you again, and happy Canada Day.
So this brings us to our first activity. We are going to do a scavenger hunt, but before I give you the criteria of what you're going to be looking for, I'm just going to go through a few of the ground rules. So one, you will have 1 minute to complete this task. And the winners will be selected based on the first two attendees to type done in the chat box located near the bottom of your screen next to the share button. Okay. The first two attendees will be identified based in the chat, which is being monitored by my colleagues, Harneet and Dvorka. And then once it is established who the two are, they will be asked to show the 5 items that they found within their home. Okay, and again, so the winners will be confirmed based on the criteria and will be contacted on how they will obtain their prize. So the task is, so you need to find 5 items that are red within your home. So the minute will begin now.
Wow, I already see somebody said done. Wow, this is awesome.
Oh, done. Oh, that's going fast.
Yes.
5 items, but they have to be different items.
You know, I have 2 Canadian flags.
Okay. So Harneet and Dvorka, I hope you guys are watching that. It's going fast.
I can report, Sylvie, it is almost done.
Yes. So now that's it. Time is up. So Harneet or Dvorka, do we have the two top, the first two?
Sylvie, so I have Kumar and Rajbir.
Wonderful.
So I'm gonna ask if they can share their screen and show us the 5 items. Harneet, could you just repeat their names one more time?
Yes, please.
Let's go one at a time.
Kumar. So it's just Kumar. Kumar.
Okay, so Kumar, if you want to just show us the 5 items.
And Rajbir. Rajbir. Rajbir.
Okay, I get an answer that Rajbir is getting some video issues, but anyway, we will He will send us the picture, so we'll move to the next item. We already got the winners, and please contact us, and our contact information will be shared with you at the end of this presentation.
I am going to do a second activity with you guys today. It is a knowledge quiz about Canada. So what you will do is you will watch the short video. Then you will have 1 minute to answer the 5 questions based on the video. Again, the winners will be selected based on the first 2 attendees to type the correct answers 1 to 5 in the chat box located at the bottom of your screen next to the share screen button. And the first 2 attendees will be identified based on the correct answers. Okay. And again, once the winners are confirmed, we will get in contact with those attendees. So I am going to start the video, and then after the video, I will show you the questions.
License plates in the Canadian Northwest Territories are shaped like polar bears. Canada's official phone number is 1-800-0 Canada. Canada is a land of immigrants, and 1 out of every 5 Canadians was born outside the country. Canada is bigger than the European Union. Queen Elizabeth II is Canada's official head of state. In 2015, a Canadian man was arrested after tying more than 100 balloons to a garden chair and flying over the city of Calgary. It is the world's largest country that borders only one country, which is the United States of America. Large parts of Canada have less gravity than the rest of Earth. The phenomenon was discovered in the 1960s. Police departments in Canada give out positive tickets when they see people doing something positive. Canada and Denmark have been fighting over an uninhabited island by leaving each other bottles of alcohol and changing their flags since the 1930s.
Okay, so that was a short video. So all the answers are within that video. So the next screen will have those questions there, and you'll have 1 minute when I put up the screen to answer them in the chat box. And make sure when you're doing it in the chat box, you put all 5 within the one chat, not individually. And your time will begin now.
And our judging committee is keeping an eye on the chat.
So what I'm gonna, okay, make sure when you're putting it in, you're using the one chat, not individual chats. We won't be able to track you that way. Okay. You now have 15 seconds left. Okay, and time is up. So Harneet, Devorka, do we have 2 people?
Yes, from what I can see, the first one.
So let's go through the answers quickly first,
Okay.
and then we'll put up the answers. So what shape are license plates in the Northwest Territory? Polar bear. What is Canada's official phone number? 1-800-0 Canada. Out of 5 Canadians, how many are born outside of Canada? That is 1 out of every 5. And who is Canada's head of state? Queen Elizabeth II. And how many countries does Canada border with? And that is 1.